guys? Anyango here, hoping that you are healthy, wealthy, and free and loving your life. Always is how we do. Okay, I wanted to touch on something that I think is really important because we're always taking in information, constantly taking in information, and it gets to a point where even if we are telling ourselves, or I'm telling myself that I am reading books or I'm having masterminds or I'm following my mentors, I'm getting information from good sources or sources that I believe are good or are positive or are the right sources as opposed to just, the wrong sources. At some point, it's important to actually decide for myself what I am going to follow and what I will not follow. So in the end, it's not just following, for example, the fact that Kobe says he's going to be working constantly and never giving up and being relentless and all that stuff. That is his life. That is what he does. That is what he did to achieve the goals that he had. Okay? So he had his vision that he was working towards. And the best that I can do is learn from him, learn from what he did, take a certain, like you pick lessons, you understand how people chose their paths and how they lived it and how they attained their goals, okay? And then you realize, and even Kobe says this because he's always asked like, do you believe that you're the greatest? And he's like, nah, you can't compare me. MJ was MJ. MJ is Michael Jackson. Michael Jordan was Michael Jordan. But I'm Kobe Bryant. There is no comparison. I am me and you are you. And another way that he puts it is that everybody's life is a different puzzle. We all have our puzzles. We all need to figure out how to get these puzzles together, how to sort out our puzzles, make the pieces fit. Everybody has a different puzzle. So you can take an idea from somebody, you can understand how a person did theirs and take some aspects of it, like the idea of relentlessness, but then now I need to know how to be relentless in my own life. That's why I'm always talking about how can we then use these sports metaphors, never give up, keep running, don't stop, do that extra push-up, go run that extra mile, and apply that in real life. How can we do that in real life? Because everything needs to then be put into the perspective of my life, of your life. And of course, you need to figure this out for yourself. You cannot in any way choose somebody else's path or somebody's way of achieving their goals and decide that this is how I'm going to do mine in exactly the same way. You can't copy. You can copy aspects, but you can't copy the whole thing, because then you'll end up getting somebody else's goal, copying somebody else's vision, somebody else's dream, and not your own. Right? So, as you read the books, because, okay, now let me explain a little bit why I feel that I feel that this is important. You need to think of, for example, if you're told that at some point you need to stop putting to, or at some point you need to stop going after a certain goal or trying to change a person. Let's take the example of changing people, or in the perspective of the friends that you have. Okay, so you have a good friend, and you know that this old friend of yours isn't necessarily adding value to your life. Okay, and of course the norm, everything that I've said pushes you towards letting go of this friend. I mean, if they're not adding value to your life, then you let them go. If you ask them to do a certain thing or whatever 1, 2, 3 times, then at some point you need to just stop and you let them go. Right? That is the general consensus on the people that you should have around you. Okay, so then the question becomes, are you okay with it? Am I okay with letting go of this friend of mine that I have had for years, does it sit well with me? When I go to sleep at night, do I feel okay about this decision that I've made? Yes, everybody says that this is the right thing to do, but is it right for me? Because in the end, remember, it is your life. It is my life. In the end, it's nobody else's life. They're okay with it and they can do it easily, because maybe they're used to it or that's how their personality or whatever. But are you okay with it? Am I okay with it? You see? So even as we take in this advice, it's all theoretical. Even in somebody else's life, and if it works for them, it's all theoretical until you make it practical in your own life. And then it becomes an aspect of, am I okay with it? Does it work for me? And if it does not work for me, then I won't do it. And that's something that the Lifebook program teaches. It says, this is what we do, this is what has worked for us, but you pick and choose what you want. Pick it. If you like it, you don't like it, then you let it go, throw it away, right? And there's also the aspect of I can change it. If at some point I liked it and then now I feel like it's not so good, then I can change it. I can stop and I can let it go. It's my life. Live your life to the fullest. Be happy with you. Don't force yourself to take somebody else's advice if it doesn't sit well with you. If you understand it and you resonate with it, then cool. But if you don't, then leave it. It's as simple as that. So you need to be happy, be healthy, be wealthy, and be free. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.